I'm going to pray real quick.
What was that?
I'm going to pray real quick.
Oh, let's do it.
All right, bet. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Talk about it with Franjez. Today's special guest is an artist from Harlem and Chelsea, New York City. Today's guest is Dae Law.
It's a blessing to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me on the podcast.
Absolutely. Thanks for
It's
coming
an honor
by.
to come. You already know.
That's the first time ever we opened up with a prayer.
That's a blessing. I'm happy to do that. Be the first one to do that.
Perfect.
Hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah. Hopefully. That was great. So let's start from the beginning. Where were you born?
Well, I was born uptown in New York City. And then when I was like...
Uptown or around where exactly?
Like Harlem.
Okay.
In like 106. Yeah. So then after that, I moved downtown to Chelsea.
What's Harlem and Spanish Harlem? Like where's that divide?
I feel like Harlem from like 103rd up to like 116th is like Spanish Harlem. And then like on the east side too. And then the more you go up, it just keeps going. Like then it gets to like different parts of Harlem, Bronx, everything like that. So I always love Harlem. I love New York. I love Chelsea. I love all those places. I'm thankful I grew up in New York because like it's a very diverse place where you get to meet everybody. So it's like you never know who you might be meeting right on the corner of the street or inside of a deli. You could run into celebrities, your favorite rapper, your favorite basketball player. You could just run into people. So it's just like a blissful space to be in and to be born there, especially.
Absolutely.
It's like creativity just flows through there. So it's just like you could kind of just end up just picking up a creative flow. From
Absolutely.
Just being around and being outside and just like seeing everything.
Absolutely. So what age did you leave Harlem?
When I was like 6, 7 years old.
Okay. So you remember anything impactful between that time?
I mean,
I know it's kind of hard to remember sometimes back certain ages. Do you remember anything like what were you into around those ages?
Oh, I was into like Tekken. You remember the video game Tekken?
Hell
I was a kid, so Tekken.
I think that was PlayStation, right?
Yeah, that was on PlayStation. Facts. I was into video games a lot, and I mean, always I was into video games. I stopped playing video games a while ago after I started painting. It was like my video games kind of used to be a therapy, but then painting became a therapy. But yeah, I used to love playing video games. So I always used to play like the race car games. There was like this game that you plug in that it actually comes with like a pistol, and you shoot it and it like registers on the screen. So as you're shooting, you're like running through a mansion, like shooting like enemies and stuff. That was fun. And then GTA 2. I remember GTA San Andreas came out, and I like I wasn't even allowed to play that. Right. So I always like sometimes my cousin would have it, and I'd just be able to like watch, but I couldn't play. And I'll try to sneak on sometimes and play, but I it was always cut.
And then what was the transition like? I know you're still young, so it's not like a big impact on you most likely.
Nah, the transition was beautiful. It wasn't anything to me because it was just like blissful. Like, I didn't mind, or it wasn't like I had I was old enough that it was like, oh my God, I made 1 million friends somewhere, and it was like I'm leaving. It was kind of just like I was young, so it was kind of just a smooth transition, kind of.
You know why the move to Chelsea?
It was just like it was an available space, so it was just like it was worth it, and my mom was able to do it, so it was blissful, and it just like worked out in a perfect situation type of thing.
Nice. So around these years, what's the music played in the house? What's the food cooked in the house?
I feel like my mom is she's Irish, but she's multicultural. So she cooks Spanish food. She could cook Jamaican food. She could cook soul food. Like she could cook like pretty much any Italian food. Like she could just cook anything.
Nice.
Like, she just always knew how to cook. So like for me, my mom also, her music taste is like, she listens to everything. So I grew up listening to literally all the old school, like I still listen to old school shit in the park while I'm painting. Like I'll be blasting shit in the park, but I grew up listening to pretty much everything because my aunt had, well, like my mom, she had like what is it called? 4 sisters, 5 brothers, like 6 brothers. So it was
Wow.
like 10, 11 kids type of thing. So
God bless grandma.
yeah. So so the music taste from everybody, you know, growing up around everybody. I always say like it takes like there's a quote that's like it takes a village to raise a king. And like I feel like I was raised by, you know, like because everyone was in their like different in their own ways type of thing. Like
Nice.
they were all like into different things or creating different things. So it was beautiful to see all that and grow up around all that.
Nice.
Thanks.
What was the artist you mentioned that you play while you paint?
Oh, I mean, I listen to everything. I listen.
But the one you mentioned, I
to,
never heard that name before. That's why I want to know.
Oh no, I didn't even mention anybody. But I listen to Miles Davis.
Okay.
That's like old school jazz.
Okay.
I listen to like really all like old school like R&B. So I'll listen to Mary J. Blige. I'll listen to like Slick Rick. I'll listen to my music taste is just diverse. Where I'll just listen to like A$AP Rocky, Drake. I'll listen to Spanish music. I listen to everything. I just really haven't gotten into country. I think that's the only thing that I haven't really been around that I like heard a lot. That it was like I never really got to sit and listen to country like that.
I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
I just say I don't like it because the little I've heard of it doesn't attract me. You know?
Facts. No, that's true. It's true.
Might be a New York thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's not really a country like New York City's not really a country type.
Nah, not at all.
So what's going on in school? Like I want to know when the transition happened where you started. Transition from games to art. So was it like in school, art class, or what was it?
Nah. I mean, in school, I never really had art classes like that.
Okay.
Like, I never really had art classes like that. I think maybe I had an art class maybe in like 2nd grade where we were like gluing stuff to paper or something like that.
Nothing impactful.
Yeah, nothing that we was like really like I was really sitting there because I was talking to friends and not really paying attention. Like so. To me, it was, I didn't really pay attention to it. I was more like sports, games, stuff like that.
You played sports for the school?
Oh, no. I just played sports on my own.
Okay.
Then I went to camps and played sports, so that was fun. And then I played like ice hockey, basketball, football, soccer, all that type of stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I enjoy playing sports. It's mad fun. But
Nice.
It didn't happen until, so I went to school for psychology. Like college.
College, okay.
And then after I left college, like I graduated, I went to local 157 as a carpenter. So I was working carpentry. And I was working for like 3 years in there. And it was like beautiful to learn how to do carpentry and everything. And I appreciate everything that they did for me because it actually taught me how hard I could work for somebody. So then I always think about it. I'm like, why wouldn't I work that hard for myself? Because I always used to think like, after a while being there, I seen how fast, like when you're a 1st year, 2nd year apprentice, you're not going to get kicked off the job because they need people to do like the little labor, carry mad heavy shit, put insulation in and throw up sheetrock. So you're not going to get kicked off. But the people that are mechanics, they expect you to put up like 100, 200 sheetrocks a day, do 3 rooms. And so if you don't uphold that while you're teaching one of us, they'll kick you off the site. Like, you'll have your check by lunch, and they'll get somebody new. So I always seen that, and it's like, there was never any, like, it was very, like, rude, like, to me. Like, I understand if, you know, someone's slacking or wilding or, like, drinking on the site, then it's, yeah, obviously. But if people are actually working hard, because I've seen people working hard and just get booted off a site, or they couldn't work overtime, and it's like, hey, all right, you can leave then. And it's like, it just used to be... It used to be positive people, but like the bosses and everything, a lot of them were like rude in a way where they're yelling already. It's 5 a.m. They're yelling at people. And it's like, what are you yelling for? And it used to be a thing where it's like people were just going to slow down. They're just going to slow down because you keep yelling. If you're nice to the people you're working with, then it's like, hey, this guy actually, you know, he's nice to us. Let's work for him. But when you're acting rude, it's like people don't even want to deal with that. So I kind of, one day I was on a site and they told me to drill into a wall. And right before I was about to drill into it, this guy was yelling from across the site. He was an electrician. And he told me like, yo, if you would have just drilled in that wall, you would have killed yourself. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, there's a news station downstairs. There's mad voltage running through behind this wall. So I went downstairs and I like bugged out on the foreman. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you tell me to drill into that? And I just like left, and I realized after that, I was just like, yeah, I don't want to work for this anymore, because like I just could have killed myself and they would have just replaced me. So I'd rather like work hard for myself and like for my family and like die trying like that than die for working for somebody else or something like that. You know
what age did this happen?
This was like when I was like 22, 23. And then around that time, like COVID had started.
I want to fall back a little bit. Still like high school time. So you wanted to be a psychologist or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted, because I was going into college. I didn't know what I wanted to be yet.
Okay.
But I knew that a lot of people always come to me. A lot of people always talk to me and are like, they just open up to me. And they'll tell me things that maybe their best friend for 10 years didn't even know or something like that, just because they're comfortable. And it would happen to me a lot. So I would see that and I would always give advice to people. And from there, I just I felt like people don't really need drugs to handle like their like medications and stuff sometimes. Like I understand some things are like brain chemical, like there's a lot of different things going on in the body, so some people actually need it. But like mentally, most people just need to talk. Like they just need to be heard and like actually feel like they're cared about type of thing. So it's like I just realized that, and I felt like I was gonna go into that path because I just wanted people to weave off of doing so many medications. Because I seen people that were my friends or this or that had to take medications, and it would like make them angry, make them anxious, make them like, and
side effects are ridiculous.
Yeah. So it was just like I hated to see that, and I felt like every time I was around them, they wouldn't even need it. They would just be talking and be fine, and I'd be like, yo, you don't even need that. But
it's like a way to distract you from your problems and numb you from your problems, but it never fixes your problems.
Exactly. So once you kind of go off it, if you don't take care of it yourself, I feel like, and just talk through it and feel, then you're not like you have feelings for a reason. Yeah. So it's like if you feel ways and you thinking crazy shit, then you should not. I understand there's some things like some people thinking like some outrageous shit, but you should feel your emotions and try to get through it to think more positive and think better type of thing. Like instead of just taking a medication that's just gonna make you anxious, and then now you're still thinking like that and you're anxious. So,
how'd you learn this? Just talking to people, or did you read books about this?
Nah, just mostly just talking to people, like talking to people and just being around, like, cause I'm the type of person I could pretty much talk to anybody. So it's like, and people really would just open up to me randomly. Like sometimes I wouldn't even be like looking for that, and I'll be on the site and a guy will open up to me that's like 60 years old about something that happened to him, his family, this, and like just start going crazy, and I just feel like it just be random. But I'm just always there for people. Like I know like people just need to be heard and listened to and like seen. So I'm just always there because I understand that like for me I always had the thought in my head that I have enough energy for myself and to like boost the world in a way with positivity.
Nice. So you graduate high school, psychology is what you want to do.
Yeah.
While you're going through college and you graduate with a degree in psychology, right?
Yeah.
Then you realized you didn't want to do psychology?
Yeah.
And why was that?
I mean, it wasn't that I realized that I didn't really want to do. It was kind of like once I got out of it, it was like I had the opportunity to get into carpentry.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that, all right, psychology, you're going to still have to go to more school. I'm going to have to be going to school, and yeah, like I'm going to have to be in school for probably 5-6 more years or something like that. Let me get a bag now while I'm young, and I pick up a trade skill, because I'll like in the future I'll know how to build out a basement like this or build out stuff like this. If a structure's empty, I'll know how to do all of that because I learned it. So it's like, why not pick up a trade that you'll be able to use forever? And if you want to do that again, you can, but you know what I mean? To me, it was just like, you going to school because they want you to be able to diagnose people or be able to like give them medications. I don't want to diagnose nobody. Just come and talk. Like,
that's more for therapists, right? Than like a psychologist. Yeah.
So I didn't want to like pursue that and keep going that route. So then I went into construction, but then I realized that like it was just the manual labor was good because you're working out, you're getting strong, you're up early,
using your brain.
Yeah, and you really are using your brain. Like one thing I'll say is like a lot of people definitely think construction workers are stupid and stuff.
Just nail hit.
They're so fucking smart because you got to be up at 5 a.m. thinking about mathematics and how you could cut this to fit this, like
measuring numbers.
You got to know all of that. So it's like your brain has to be on a constant swivel as soon as you wake up, and that definitely like construction, I say everything happens for a reason, right? So like construction happened to me and it blessed me for later because like on days when I used to be out in the park that like even in the summer I'm gonna be out in the park, but like I'll be out in the park, it's 100 degrees, people come and they're like, yo, I wanna paint. I'm like, yeah, paint on one of the canvases. They start painting for like 5 minutes and they're like, yo bro, how the fuck you be out here for so long? Like I'm already sweating in the sun, like it's mad hot. You just be sitting here just painting. To me, it's like I used to be inside, no ventilation. It was probably like 120 degrees and mad dust flying around. And I got a whole mask on, a helmet on, a do-rag on. It's mad hot. I got to have a long sleeve on because I'm insulating with gloves. And I'm sweating bullets. So to me, it was like a luxury that I'm outside. And I get to create.
100%.
When there's people busting their ass every day, like that shit was a luxury to me. That's the way I look at it. Like, there's people busting their ass in there, I could bust my ass in the park, no problem.
People love the comfort.
Yeah.
I need AC if it's hot outside. If it's cold outside, I need heat. I need a coat. I need gloves. I need socks.
Exactly.
But you're outside, you're with God. Like you got sun, you 100%. Got oxygen. You're around trees, birds, grass.
It's true.
Nature. That's the best place. That's good discomfort.
Nah, that's a fact.
You traveled at all by this time?
I mean, I went to like Puerto Rico, Mexico, Barbados, and California and Texas. That's really it.
That was like with the family, or that was you on your own?
That was Puerto Rico was with friends when I was like young. I was like probably like 16.
Oh wow, that's young.
One of my friends, he had like a crib out there, so he just used to go out there all the time. So he had extra tickets. He was like, yo, you want to come? I just asked my mom, yo, I could pull up? She was like, yeah, good. I know them, so you good. So then I went out there. It was an amazing experience, though. Like, it's fun to me to experience that. Like, I love the beach, and I love swimming. So, like, I love to be in the water and just out in the sun and chilling. Like, feels like you in your roots. Like, you're just chilling, you're grounding, and you're just relaxing type of thing.
Heavy grounding. You're inside of Mother Nature.
Yeah. Nah.
So you go to the beach when you're in New York, too?
Yeah, I have gone to the beach before. I'm not gonna lie, the beach in New York is the water to me, okay, people have told me it's the same water from the Hudson that's in the beach. I mean, I've gone in the water mad times as a kid, Coney Island, Brighton Beach, all of like everywhere, like, but to me, I always like when I went to Bahamas when I was young, the water out there is like crystal clear. Like you could literally see school of fish flying, like swimming right in front of you. And it's just like the water's translucent basically. Like you could see everything through it. So it's just like swimming in that water, in that sun is just beautiful compared to when you come to New York, it's just black water. Like it's just dark. Like you don't want to get none of that in your mouth. You don't want to like, you don't want none of that. Like that shit is crazy. 100%. But I mean, it's still fun though. The beach is still a beach. Like in New York, like you can enjoy it either way. It's definitely still a vibe, regardless. But
hell yeah, tell us about the first time you went to Puerto Rico. Because I'm asking because you seem like such a calm person, and you grew up in New York City. New York City, like even though you're a calm person, just New York City will just turn you into a different type of person.
Yeah, no. I'm a hyper ass person, to be honest. That's why that's why I work on like 10 to 12 pieces at a time.
Okay.
Because I could just I could really rev up my energy. Like I could just tap in. It's kind of like I hit just like a flow state. Like if you were to put canvases out in front of me right now and I started painting, within like 5 minutes, I'll reach flow state and just start cooking for hours. And it's just like, I could do it days on, like back to back to back. It doesn't matter. I could go to sleep, wake up right away, cook. Go back to sleep, wake up right. Like I'd done it so many days in a row, just painting, going to sleep, waking up, going straight back to painting, like that, like I could just tap it. It's like it's like Michael Jordan practicing, just shooting a million times, or Kobe. They're like, it's just like I'm used to just tapping right in. Like it's kind of like a thing, but it's always blessful from God, though. I always say, like, God blessed me with that, though, 100%. Like, he gave me that ability. So I feel like right before I paint, every time I always pray, and then I just go crazy. And it's kind of just like as soon as I come up from praying and I just look at the pieces, then I take out like brushes, colors. It just be like I just ultimately flow. It's just like I don't got to think about nothing. I don't got to force nothing. And it's just kind of like my brain is not even thinking. Like, you know how some people drive motorcycles because they like on a motorcycle, you can't think about everything else going on in the world. You gotta pay attention to switching the gear and the brake and also swerving through traffic. And so like when I'm painting and it's 10 pieces, it's like, for me, it's like therapeutic, where it's just kind of like I just hit a flow state where I'm not thinking about anything at all. The music is just beautiful, the scenery, and I'm just chilling.
Absolutely.
So it's like a meditative vibe.
Absolutely, it is. What was the religion in the house when you were a kid?
Oh, I just believe in Jesus. I pray to God every day, every night. And I'm always like, I always am thankful. I always keep a Bible with me, and I always keep Jesus on me. Like, I always keep my chain on me, or like my Jesus face chain. I always keep it on me just so that God is always with me. I always put one chain in the front, and then I put one chain in the back. Like, I put the Jesus face in the back.
Get out of here. I've never seen that before.
So that he's watching my back. Yeah.
I like that.
But then I'm protected in the front. Always.
I like that.
So he's always with me.
That's like, unique. So let's talk about leaving construction, and then what happens?
I left construction so I'm in the middle of like, so I didn't do the psychology. I'm leaving construction, so everyone is kind of like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Because like, it's a secure job, you know what I'm saying? Once I'm already 3 years in, 2 more years, you making like 57 an hour, but with benefits and everything, you making basically like 120 an hour. So, you know, it was just like, and you get benefits to everything. Your insurance is covered completely, all that stuff. So everyone was like, to me, it's like, I had this idea that it's like a secure place, right? But I went to some of the meetings, and sometimes there would be different things where some of the old guys would be feeling like, hey, some of the Social Security is going to, you know, run out and we're not even going to get it type of thing. We've been working all this time and da-da-da. And imagine what it's going to be like for you guys when you guys get out of here. You guys not even going to get your pension or this or that. So it was just a lot of different things that I was seeing. And I seen a lot of guys that was like 30 years old that was limping, had to get a surgery already, got fucked up on a site injury. And to me, I was like, I've always been active, so I want to be healthy. I don't want to be like limping when I'm 30 years old. I want to be running when I'm 80. Like, I don't want to be someone who's like can't even walk, you know what I'm saying? And doing all that manual labor, don't get me wrong, beautiful, it's good for your body, it gets you strong, but it also is breaking you down because you're breathing in so many chemicals that's like fucking your lungs up, fucking your health up. That's irritants to your skin, body, everything. So it's like, as you're working hard, you're killing yourself basically. So it's just, for me, I just wanted to leave that. And once I transitioned out of that, my friend had told me, I was chilling at his crib, and he was like, his cousin from Africa came, and she had small canvases, and we was just chilling in the crib. He was like, yo, you should paint on one. I was like, oh yeah, say that. I'll paint on one. I'll fuck around real quick. And I painted on one, and I was like just chilling. And at the end of it, I like got up and I was like, put this shit in a moment. Da-da-da. I was just like, and then I went up to visit my cousin's school like 2 weeks later, and I was we had gone to like a concert/party, and we came back to like the dorms, and I was painting on the floor with like one of her roommates, and everyone was in there. We was all chilling, and everyone at the end of the session of like painting, everyone was like, my friends was like, yo, you was mad quiet. And I was like, And I thought about it, and I was like, damn, I was quiet. Well, I wonder why I was so quiet. Because normally I'm like, if I'm with my friends, I'm going to be chopping it, talking about something. So I was just like completely tapped out of conversation completely, and I didn't even notice it. I was in flow state, and I didn't even notice. I was just like tapping into it. And then from there I kind of realized, and it kind of just sparked it. And I was like, so I was working in Sweet Greens, right?
What's that?
It's a salad place in the city. So once I came out of construction, I was working in Sweet Greens as like a dishwasher, right? Just to make extra money on the side besides
You
the
went
money.
to the bottom.
Yeah, 100%. Just to make money on the side, like, because I was like, all right, I had some money saved up from construction, but let me make money on the side too while I'm trying to just paint. I don't have nowhere to paint yet. I'm just painting in the crib, small-ass canvases and shit. I'm just testing shit every night, just like small pieces. So then eventually,
Actually, let's pause right there.
Yeah.
I want to know about the 2 first paintings you did. Do you remember what they were?
Yeah, actually I do. The first one was something that I drew inside of a construction class. I was inside a construction class, and on the paper, I was just like drawing, because like, you know, you'd be sketching. We were waiting for like the end of a test, so I was just sketching, and I was just chilling there, just fucking around, just drawing, and the piece came out like fire. It was about like trees help us, and so I drew a bunch of trees and like this whole mountain and birds and all this stuff, and I I thought about that piece later when I went to go paint, and I was like, oh, I gotta paint that. That shit was fire. So then I painted that. The second piece I ever made was like on a small piece of like cloth, and it looked like we were chilling, and I had like, I don't know, I used to watch Samurai Jack when I was a kid. So I used to see like always like the sword in the back. So I kind of drew something like a Chinese, like red and gold, like a guy with a sword and everything, and then
and what are you using? What was it, acrylic paint?
Yeah, it was acrylic. And
both times was acrylic?
Yeah, it was both.
Okay. And did you draw first and then paint on top of it?
Nah, never drew first. I normally just painted. Like I always painted. Like I was just in class, so I drew. But whenever I'm painting,
just paint,
just flow. I don't ever take the time to.
Did you ever draw when you were younger? Any type of drawing or painting?
Like
or
you know, like graffiti letters, like the S that you do the 3 dashes, and then you do like in elementary.
You connect all.
Yeah, like that type of shit. Like never really on some. I always seen people draw, and I was like, damn, that's fire. But I was never even like going to 42nd when you were a kid. And all those people back in the day that used to be drawing people right there in front of them.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? I used to always see those type of things, but I was never drawing like that hyper realistic. So I never really tried to draw like that. Like, so this just came out of like really nowhere, where it's like, it just like, I just ended up just fucking around and just like, in class I was drawing that, then I put it on the canvas, and then it kept growing, and it was like therapy for me. And then I just started like testing crazy. Like then I just started like getting canvases, finding doors like outside on the street, and just taking it to the park, cooking up. So then
a door?
Yeah, a door.
You take it to the park and paint it?
Yeah.
And like what would you do? The same type of artwork you do?
Same
like
type of artwork.
Whole door?
Yeah, a whole door, both sides. The whole door? I carry it. I carry all. Yeah, I carry it. So then I got like a storage unit. So basically what happened was so I had this studio that I got, like, they let me rock out in it for like a good price. So it was like during COVID, and basically what happened was I was painting there for probably like 6 months, and then I had to, like, it was the end of COVID-ish, so they had like, you know, business and stuff coming back, all this type of thing. So I just kind of left, like, because they told me, yo, you gotta bounce. Plus, there was something that they said, like, I had stole air conditioner fluid or something like that. Somebody said that downstairs, and I don't know what happened, but I was like, hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna, it's cool, whatever. But I had 150 pieces of artwork in that, like, 6 months that I was painting in there, and I was just going crazy. Spray paint, this, that, the third, just testing shit, oil, acrylic, everything, like paint, crayons, Sharpies, everything, just testing in there. Being in there so much that my mom was like, there's no way that you're in a fucking studio that much. Like, you know, people were like, there's no way that you're just chilling in a studio that much, painting that much, until they pulled up and they seen how much work I had. And it's like, damn, he dead ass in the studio this much. Like, and it just grew over time. Like, And I just kept testing. And then when I had to leave there, it was kind of a vibe where like, I was like, damn, like, I don't know where to take all these 150 pieces. Like, this is a lot of artwork to just move. So
At this point, you haven't sold anything yet?
I had sold my first piece.
Okay.
Yeah, I had sold my first piece. I had sold my first piece in the studio actually. It was crazy. That just happened. That happened blissfully. That was shout out Oren. Oren came through to the studio, and he seen my work sitting out, and he was like, "Yo, I love this piece," and he's like, "I gotta leave with it, bro." It's just, and it just, he was like, "Yo, I want this," so he bought it from me and everything, and that was my first sale in the studio, and that whole time, like, I was saying like those first pieces, for instance, because there's a piece that I made in the studio in that first 6 months. It's the first biggest piece I ever made, and that piece is gonna be a Frank Mueller. And like I was telling people back then, like I always just tell my friends, like, yo, these things are, this piece is worth priceless. Like this piece is like over $1 million in a Sotheby's or a, auction house or something like that. Like to me personally, like I felt like that always. And I got offered for it like a bunch of different times. Like I got offered 1,000, 5,000, 6,000, like, and I was always like, nah, I don't, like, to me, like any other piece, but I know this piece is, and there's certain pieces that I always felt like that about, that I knew that were like really, really strong, that everyone might have not seen it at first because it was like I was just painting and people thought it was a hobby. But then as it grew and people started to buy and people started to look into it more, it was like people started to kind of really start to see the art develop and grow. So it's like I always used to kind of like get mad sometimes, like, damn, why is someone not seeing what I'm seeing? But then I realized like it was like because God was like isolating me. I had to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, like my uncle always used to tell me, if you got it all tomorrow, then you would lose it the next day.
Absolutely.
Like, so your God is like building you up type of thing. Like, and I kind of went through a period of that where I was like just like cooking up isolated completely, just away from everybody, just in the studio, just painting. And it kind of builded me up over the years to see things different and really tap into my flow state easier and just always know that I could cook up anywhere, whether there's a parking lot, inside of a big ass facility, outside, inside, anywhere. Like I could just paint or do it on the wall, doors, anything, a car, whatever, shoes, clothes.
When artists die, that's when the value really hits. Sadly,
I'm gonna be that artist that does it while I'm alive, though.
Good.
Yeah, I'm.
But if you're gonna be that big, when you die is when it's gonna be in the millions. You know what I mean? Like that's when it really hits because that's when the value hits. Like this person can't create no more.
Yeah,
this is the last of it. So it's like now the value really goes. Sadly.
Yeah.
But I hope you make all the millions while you're alive too.
We're gonna do it.
It's just gonna be billions when you're gone.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
So I want to tap back into when you're in the studio during COVID.
Yeah.
You say you're trying out crayons and all different types of oil and all different. What did you learn there? What did you learn that you don't like, and what did you learn that you do like?
I learned that I pretty much could flow with any material. Like it doesn't matter if you give me a fork and paint, I could paint some shit. Doesn't matter if you give me a shoelace and paint, I could paint some shit. Like I could just flow with any material. Doesn't really matter if it's the bottom of my shoe or it's a crayon or the edge of the, like a fork that I'm just scraping back into the paint. It doesn't matter. I could just make stuff and just flow type of thing. And so I just learned that really building with that. And from the construction, I kind of learned just like always never like letting something, like if I'm painting and I feel like, oh, maybe this, never letting it like stop me. Like always, because in construction, you kind of, if the foreman asks for something, let's say like there was this one day, me and one of the mechanics were trying to get a piece of like sheetrock really, really high up in a corner. And we tried mad different ways and it just wasn't working, right? And one of the Jamaican homies that's on the site, he comes and he's like, let me do it real quick. And he comes and he like literally like no harness stands on the edge of the it's like a scaffold? Like a little crane. Nah, not the scaffold. A little crane thing that like it kind of raises you up in a little box. So he stands on the edge of that, literally on the railing, and he puts this shit in, and we like, yo, because he could have, he's like 20 feet high, he could have fell. We like, yo, you're a buck. He's like, nah, you just got to figure a way how to do it. So to me, it's always like, always was around that, where it was like you didn't have any option but to figure a way to do it because that's what was asked. So you got to get it done type of shit. So to me, it's like I never let anything stop me. Like if I find a door, I'm carrying that shit somehow. Even if I got to stop 20 times while I'm carrying it, whatever it is, while I'm carrying other shit, I don't care because I'm not going to let it stop me. If it pops up, then it was meant for me type of thing. Like I'd be finding shit on my way to the park and it'll just be laying there. And I'm like, yep, thank you, God. Like, appreciate you. Like, this is another thing to paint on for free.
I like that.
You know, where someone else's trash is my treasure that I could turn into any source of, like, you know, currency type of thing where it's it's unlimited type of thing.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get back to you sell your first piece to Oren, you leave the studio, COVID's clearing up already, and then what happens next?
So I had the 150 pieces, and I was shooting at this space called Triangle Loft. Like I was just going there. They was having art shows every week. I was just going there and just shooting for free. And
what's shooting for free? What's that mean?
Just like going in there and shooting. Like,
pictures.
No pay, just going in there, just vibing, you know, just shooting. And basically what happened was so I was shooting in there and I met the owner. And she was an older lady and she was like, yo, like you're so nice, you're so polite. And she was like, can I use any of those pictures for my Instagram? I'm like, absolutely, no problem. Like, yeah. So I sent them to her, and then I'm like, hey, can I do a show in here? She said, hey, you got to talk to the curator. I happen to know the curator. And so I asked him, I'm like, yo, bro, can I do a show in here? And she's like, well, I want to see your art too, just to make sure, blah, blah, blah. So then I show her my art. She's like, I love it. Let's do a show. So the whole time they're having shows in, let's say, like a space that's like a smaller side. On the other side is doors, but they're closed. They've been closed the whole time. They've had like 11 shows, art shows, but it's only enough space to hang like maybe 15 pieces max. So I obviously had mad work. So I'm like telling her like, hey, you know, I just, you know, lost the studio. I got mad work. And I come upstairs one day because they're like, hey, I want to show you the other side. They open the other side. This space is enough space to fill like 60 pieces.
Damn.
So like just in the time when I needed it, it ended up being enough space to put 60 pieces on the wall and put the rest of them like in a little storage thing in the back.
Nice.
So it ended up working out where I was able to have my stuff there for 2 weeks. And then like, you know, so I had that show and I only had 5 days to let people know about it. So obviously I've been painting this whole time. Some of my friends seeing it on Instagram, some people seeing it. Some people are hitting me more about it. But so I invite probably like 150 people, right? And like 400 some people show up. And it was just packed in there. And the curator came to me mid-show and he's like, yo, I never seen so many people actually appreciate the work. Like people come into a show and like it's like a mingling space kind of thing. It's like a networking space. It's like, hey, we can look at the art real quick. Then it's like wine and networking. So he was just saying like, yo, I haven't seen people come in a show and just like actually just like really read every little piece and really interpret everything. So it was like really beautiful. And the owner of the curator of the owner of the MoMA, he came for a private tour. He had to look at the art, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, is there anything I could change up? You know, is there anything I should switch? And he was like, nah, just keep painting how you paint. Like, because I was just looking for advice just in general. And because I know he's seen probably, you know, 40, 30 years of art, like really expensive, beautiful art. So I was just asking, and he's just like, nah, just keep doing exactly what you're doing type of thing. So then after that, I had sold pieces that night. Nice. So then I took money from there, went and got a storage unit, and that night, a lady came to me. She had a key. She said, hey, I believe in you. This is a loft downtown near Brooklyn Bridge. I'll send you the address. If you want this key right now, you could go there after this.
Damn.
So basically what happened was I had lost my first studio. And while I was shooting in that space before I had my first show, I was painting in another studio, Conjura. And it was a beautiful space. It was a photography studio. So the owner, shout out Steve, the owner, he would like have me paint the psych wall.
What's that?
A psych wall. It's that? Like a wall that they shoot on. Like it's just like kind of looks like a never-ending wall because it kind of like curves.
Okay.
It looks like a half pipe kind of, but it's like tall, like a mini ramp. So like it like curves where if you're shooting on it, it kind of looks just like it doesn't end type of thing.
There's no crease on the bottom.
Yeah. So basically, I used to paint the walls and stuff, help out around there and everything. And for like about like probably like a month before I had that show, I was painting in there. And it would just be a vibe where it was like, yo, you know, you could take care of some stuff. And then afterward, rock out. Like you could go crazy the whole floor. Like you could blast music, you know what I'm saying? You could shoot if you want, you could paint. So it was just kind of like I was able to, you know, help out and then just go straight to work all night and just be in there and just have creative like space type of thing.
Nice.
So it was really beautiful and I really appreciated that shit. And then I had the show and then the loft thing happened. And then I was in there painting crazy, like. And one day on my way to the loft, the first night that I was going there, all my friends, they were like, yo, let's go celebrate. Because they didn't know I got the key or they didn't know any of that happened yet. She kind of just came to me randomly. So she sent me the address and everyone's downstairs waiting. They all like chilling. They like, yo, let's go celebrate. We got bottles, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, y'all could like come with me, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to the studio. Like, I just made money tonight, so, like, I'm going to keep dumping in straight back into the art. Like, so I said thank you to everybody. I, like, walked with them, like, to go pick up canvases and stuff. And then I, like, went to the train and said bye to everybody and went straight to the studio. And then I just stayed up all night and just painted in the studio type of thing. And it was mad blissful. I seen the sunrise, and it was right near the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was fucking beautiful.
That's a New York story right there.
It was crazy. But
how do you transport without damaging the canvases?
I don't really be even I don't be thinking about it too much. Like, of course, obviously, like, there's pieces that they're, like create, like, so, like, some of them are painted on the sides, so you don't want to, like, drag them and stuff. But I carry so much work to the parks that, like, I'm carrying 6 canvases on this side, 5 canvases on this side, a backpack full of paint, and I'm walking through the streets with it. So it's like, at some point, one of the edges is gonna hit the floor or something. So it's just raw, rugged art. Like, it's just New York City and it's raw. So it's not like I'm just in a studio every day where people are coming and they're transporting my art every day. I'm carrying all the shit to the park myself, so it's just raw. If there's a little scratch on there, hey, I was carrying it to the park. You got an original that was made in a park when I first started. Like, you know, to me, it's like that raw element of it that it kind of makes it better. Like, a lot of people that have ever seen my art, they always like that it was very raw like that, even if it wasn't framed, even if any of that.
Nice. Do you start with a base on the canvas?
Yeah, I mean, I'll put down not really a base. I'll just put down different colors. Like, I'll just start and I'll just make my starting is like putting down a bunch of different colors. I'll just put down a bunch of different colors and just kind of mix and mesh. And then after a while, I'll see something.
Some people do like it's like a plaster or something, right?
Oh yeah, it's like a
like
what
a
you
primer?
call it? Yeah, it's like a primer. It's like this. It's gesso. It's called gesso. It's like this white stuff that it kind of fills over. It smooths it all out,
so
and it makes. Yeah, no, not all the time. Sometimes I never put that on myself. No. Sometimes I get canvas roll because the canvas roll is cheaper than the actual canvases that are already framed.
Absolutely.
I'll get canvas roll, and I'll go and take that to the park, and it'll already be gessoed.
Oh, nice.
So it's already like smooth. So all I got to do is just paint on it.
Nice.
Sometimes I do have raw fabric though that's just rugged, so it doesn't really matter to me. I still paint on it.
You've shipped paintings?
Yeah.
How do you do that without damaging it?
I I go to Home Depot. I get a box that comes for they sell these boxes that come for flat screens. So the flat screen, it comes with bubble wrap. It comes with all that stuff. It comes with the protective things for the corners, and it comes with one box that you put it in that it holds it tight, and then another box around it. So for me, it's simple because the canvases they're not like really, really heavy. It's not like they're like crazy, crazy, crazy heavy. So they're not gonna just like fly around crazy in there. You're gonna put it tight with the bubble wrap, with everything, with tape around it, with some plastic, and then I ship it out.
You never take it off of the wood frame? Is it better to do it that way?
I have shipped it out. So I did. I had gotten like signed to a gallery before, and
what does that mean to get signed to a gallery? Bless you.
Thank you. So like they basically wanted to commission my work, like they wanted to sell my work in their gallery, and they wanted to collect some pieces for themselves or buy pieces for themselves. The way that happened was like, so I was in that studio for a while painting, and after a while, it was like, like when a space is, like I said, like when we were first in here, I'm like, if space is not really yours, then it's like, it's like at first I was in there all the time painting. And then, like, the person that gave it to me, they kind of, like, they knew that I was in there all the time. They had no problem with it. And then they started wanting to come. And then they started painting in it. And then it was like, hey, you could come, this day. And then it was like, oh, you could come, once. And I'm like, whoa, like, damn, like, I was just in here painting. You just made a whole space. There's over, like, 100 and some pieces of art in there. And, right at that time, I had broken both my elbows.
What the hell?
I was skateboarding to the studio.
Damn.
And I was going down a hill, fell off a rock. I had a big-ass backpack on with, like, all my stuff in it. It flew over my head, and I went down, cracked my elbows. But I didn't know that I broke them because I never broke a bone. So I got up, and I skated to the studio still. I painted a painting.
Any pain?
Yeah, no, pain. But like, in your head, like if something never happened to you before, you don't really know the like severity of it. So like, I had like some really boosted adrenaline, I guess, because I painted for like 3 hours and didn't know. And then I finished the painting, I went to like pick up a blunt, and as I went to go lift the blunt, both my hands wouldn't lift past here. Like, so then I'm like trying to straighten my arm, because when you're painting, you're kind of like this. So I'm trying to straighten my arm, and it's just not straightening. So I'm like, fuck. And every time I'm trying to do it, it's hurting. So I'm like, yeah, it's over. I don't know what the fuck just happened. So I call the lady downstairs. I'm like, hey, can you come upstairs, like, and put my mask on me? Because it was COVID at the time. I'm like, yo, can you put my mask on? Like, it had ended, but like people were wearing masks still. I'm like, yo, you can put my mask on me because I'm going to get an Uber and they're going to ask me to put my mask on. I can't put it on. So I get an Uber and the guy's driving. And like whole time, every time he brakes, I feel it in my elbows crazy. And I'm like, yo, chill. Like, so then I go home. I'm trying to straighten them. I'm like, oh, nah. Like, these is not straightening. So I go to the hospital. And when I go to the hospital, they x-ray them. And they come back, they're like, you broke your elbow both in the same place. So then, obviously, they got to snap it, whatever, blah, blah. And they give me, like, slings and everything. So that night...
They tell you not to paint?
Yes. 100%. 100%.
It's like a movie, yo.
They told me, they was like, yo, because that's the first thing I asked. I'm like, yo, I can still paint, right? Like, can I go and paint still? Because, so I had lost, in that time before that show, I had lost 2 studios. So, like, I had a little, like, PTSD a little bit, like, damn, I don't know how long I'm gonna have this space. I want to really go crazy while I have it. It's so beautiful in here. Like, you can see the sunrise, you can see the sunset, like the Brooklyn Bridge is right there. It's mad beautiful and inspiring. Like, I don't know how long I'm gonna have this, so I just want to go crazy in here. So like, I asked them, I'm like, yo, you think I could paint? They're like, no. Like, stay home and just relax. Like, you got to keep your arms just elevated and keep them in the slings. Like, so the next day, I take the slings off, and I go to the studio. I city bike to the studio. I'm hitting fucking bumps. That shit, boom, my shit hurting. I'm like, oh.
Is it casts?
It was like cast slings. Like, it was like this like shit that goes around you, but then it's like it has like a lining that it goes around where it's like an X. So your arms just stay here type of thing.
So it's not a hard cast. You can move.
No, not a hard cast. I can move it, but it's like it's just in the slings. Like,
yeah, it keeps you in that position,
yeah.
but it's not stiff. Okay.
So So I take those off, go to the studio, and my dad, he's Trinidadian, so he was giving me like sea moss, black seed oil of oregano, you know, all these different types of things that I was taking, like moringa leaf tea, all this stuff I was drinking every day. Like, so I was drinking all that stuff every day and then going straight to the studio. And like, I would do it every single day, like bike home and then wake up like 4 a.m, 3 a.m, and then just like have the urge to go right back. Sometimes I would even just take a sheet and just sleep in there. It didn't have no furniture or nothing. I'll just put it down on the floor, sleep on the floor, and just wake up and start painting. So like, I would just go there every day. Like, the day after I broke them, I just went there and was painting. I made like 6-7 pieces. And so I made like an 83-piece collection in like 3.5 weeks. And in that 3.5 weeks, I went back for my like little like checkup to see like, yo, how your elbow's doing, blah, blah, blah. And when I went back, I put the stuff back on, like my slings and stuff, so they could see, like, I come back, I'm like, oh yeah, so they could think that I wasn't, you know. And then they x-rayed them, and the doctor's like, yo, your elbow is perfectly healed. Like, the bone perfectly grew back. There's, like, you're good. You don't even need to come back for another checkup. Like, you're good, like, they're dead healed. So she's just checking them, like, doing everything with them. And she's like, how did they heal? So, like, what were you doing? I'm like, I was painting the whole time. She's like, you were painting the whole time and they healed? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I'm like, I took sea moss every day. She's like, how do you know what sea moss is?
How do you know it? Like, it's a secret.
Yeah, nah, for real, because it really helps you. Doctors don't want people to know about that. So it's like, you know, so I just like, I told her, because she gave me one. I'm like, can I have one of the x-rays, please? Can you sign one of them? Like, I'm going to make a piece one day and I'm going to be a famous artist. I'm going to put it in, it'll be in a museum or something like that. And she's like, absolutely. Yes, I believe. I show her my art. She's like, oh, this is beautiful. I definitely believe in you. And she signs it and she's like, keep going. And she's like, you're all good. You're healthy. Like, it's growing back fine. You don't need no therapy or nothing. You're good. Like, and I was like, oh, thank you. And then I went straight back to the studio and just kept cooking. Like, so it was like, and then, during that time when like the person was kind of like, hey, you know, you could come back this time and that time, they told me at some point like, hey, can't come back. But my stuff was all in there, and this, like, obviously my elbows is healed, but it's not at a stage where I should be like moving 83 pieces right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's sheetrock 8 foot tall. So I left it there, and then, you know, they text me like 2 weeks later or something, and they're like, hey, all your stuff's moved. So I'm like, yo, please tell me, like, because it was a woman, so it was like, I'm like, I know you didn't move that yourself. So I'm like, please tell me that you had them take care of that shit. Like, I made that with my elbows broken. Like, I could have further fucked my elbows up painting all of that, so I wouldn't want that to be broken. Like, I wouldn't want some of those pieces to be fucked up. So then they're like, nah, you could come to the, you know, come check it out. It's in the storage unit. I go to check it out. They try to sign over the paper to me before walking into the actual storage unit. So I'm like, damn. So when they give me the paper, I tell the person, I'm like, yo, my art is definitely probably broken. So like, I don't want to just sign this, because I know once I sign this, I could go upstairs and technically have broken it. So I'm like, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to sign this right now. Like, you got to go upstairs and show me this first. And we go upstairs, and the guy opens it, and sure enough, there's like probably like 35 pieces broken. And
Wow.
I worked in construction, so I know sheetrock. And sheetrock is if you slice it down the middle first, it cracks. And those 35 pieces were cracked perfectly down the middle. So I knew, I'm like, oh, you sliced these shits. Like, why the fuck? Like, why you didn't just wait and you could have told me you just did this shit randomly? So I was pissed. Like, that shit hurt me. I was crying because I was like, fuck, like, I made these shit. And then, like, 3 months later, I was watching, there was this, like, Kanye documentary. He was running around to all these record companies and stuff when he was younger.
Genius was the one on Netflix? That was a good one.
Yeah, and they were all, like, ignoring the shit out of him. Like, just ignoring him. Like, not paying attention to him, not... Like, he's literally rapping stuff that ends up being number one, and they're not paying a mind to him. Like, so I see him doing all these things. So the next day, I'm just chilling with my friend. We talking. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go to that gallery over there. I go to the gallery. I go to the front desk. I'm like, hey, my art's going to hang in here. They're like, the guy in the front, he kind of like chuckles, whatever. And I'm like, hey, you know where the owner is? And he's like, he's in a meeting. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to the back and I wait. And where his door is a glass door. So I go like basically like 7 days in a row. I go 7 days in a row, and on the 7th day I wait like 2 hours. He finally gets off the phone and puts it down. On the iPhone, if I go to airdrop you something on your MacBook, it just opens up. You can't decline it. It just opens. So I see his name for his computer. As I'm walking to his door, I airdrop him it, knock on his door. He says, come in. It pops up on the screen, and I say, just look at that portfolio and just hear me talk. Like, look at that and hear me talk. Just give me 5 minutes of your time type of thing, where you can make a lot of money together. And he's like, yo, the artwork is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, I'm just the owner. I'm not the one to. So he's like, you got to still apply. So I go back. Okay. I go back and I like apply and stuff, and I don't hear nothing back again. So then I go and I get all the cards to like everybody in there, the directors and stuff. And so I email and DM everybody pretty much, like a story and a little like portfolio. At the time I didn't have a professional portfolio. I just had pieces in a folder and like a little paragraph about myself.
What was it, like a Google Drive or something?
Yeah. So I send that. And shout out Allie. She seen my work and she was like, this is beautiful. I want to buy one. And then she bought one and she set me up a meeting. And then I went to the meeting and they told me like, hey, we want to buy your stuff and we want to sell your stuff. And then that was a really beautiful experience because it was like the first time I was it was a blue chip gallery that has like art worth $600,000, like crazy stuff. So it was just beautiful to be selling in a space with people that they like. Most of the people in the gallery, like some of the work that they had a lot of people that were alive and they had a lot of people that were like dead. So it was just beautiful to be like, I was probably like one of the youngest people in the gallery. So it was just beautiful to be selling there amongst people like a Banksy or Salvador Dali hanging on the wall when like that's something I read in like elementary school. So it's just crazy to see like to be hanging next to certain people, Keith Haring or this person, like that's crazy. So I was just like extremely grateful. Like I was mad, like thankful. And it was beautiful to me the whole time. And it like because of the fact that every day me waking up and having to put a battery in my own back to go outside and paint, because nobody was telling me like, yo, Dae, go to the art store, go carry these doors to the park, go paint on them in hot ass weather. Nobody was telling me to do that. I was just doing it because I believed in it. And it's like, it was beautiful to like have, because obviously a gallery is like a machine basically, because they have collectors already. They have people coming. They serve shows. They do wine. They do this. So people are coming to check the art. They have people selling. They have people making them feel comfortable. So there's a lot of pieces that go into it that like, it's like a machine behind you then, where your work is selling. And it was beautiful because they bought pieces and then they commissioned some and those sold out. And the crazy thing is right before I sent them out, I had did an interview and I was saying like that all the pieces I sent were gonna sell out, and then they did, and then they bought a second round, and that happened too, and then they like dropped me from the gallery, which was okay though. It was fine because I know there's a lot of different things that go on in there.
It's all timed, right? That's why they kick you out when they kick you out. It's like you've been here for 2 weeks. That's your allotted time.
Yeah. So it was like, it was not a problem. It was all love. I was extremely thankful for the time being there. Like I was just thankful. Like I didn't really like get mad, or I wasn't. I'm never gonna burn. It's gonna happen
everywhere.
Yeah, I'm never gonna burn a bridge.
No studios forever.
Yeah, it was all love. Like it was never hate. It was all love because they were the people that gave me the, like, West Chelsea Contemporary was the people that gave me the first time to be able to sell like that and to be able to do any of that. So, like, it was never like, oh, fuck this or fuck, like, nah, it's all love. Like, I appreciate y'all regardless for even believing in me at any point in time because I was in the park having to believe in myself. So, like, I'm just always thankful for anyone who even takes, even if it's a month, even if whatever, it's just like, I'm thankful still. You know
Definitely,
what I'm saying? Like,
definitely. That's the way it should be. It's beautiful. And they're all temporary, so it's nothing personal. So if you had to explain and describe your art to someone, how would you describe it?
I always describe it as like flow art. Like it's literally just flow, and it's kind of like stuff that's just flowing around in my brain. So it could be, my art could have song lyrics in it. It could have a prayer in it. It could have a conversation. Me and my friend could be talking about something deep, and a piece of the conversation end up in the piece. And then like faces and all that stuff is all that's just free flow. Like everything just be free flow. So I might put a face, and then I'm listening to a lyric and it pops up and that's my favorite lyric and I throw it in there, or it's just certain stuff like that where it's just free flow. But I could explain it like this guy came to me one night. I was painting in the park. It was probably like 5 a.m. and I'm recording like this, and he just walks like, he's an old guy, like 90, like 80-some years old, smoking a pipe. It's like 5 a.m. He walks by me. He stops right in front of my piece. And he's just looking at it, and he starts reading it out loud. And he's like, I love this piece. He's like, this piece is so phenomenal. He's like, you're a really good painter. And then he's like, he looks at another part of the piece, and it says pearly whites. And there's another part of the piece that's talking about a shark. Like a shark in the water, you swim with a little fish. And he's like, this is a song back from like the 1950s. And he just starts telling me mad shit. And he's like, your art is not just for one generation. It expands across multiple generations. So I feel like because of the fact that like I never know what I'm going to paint and it just be coming from above, it's just all the different cultures. I'm going to tap into everything. The more that I travel, the more food I eat, the more taste I have, the more fabrics I see, the more I'm going to just tap into everything where it's not going to like stop expanding. So it's just like a forever creating machine type of thing where it's like you never know what could come out of me. It's just all abstract and testing and just like in the moment. I be shocking myself, so.
Would abstract be the best way? Like,
yeah,
if you have to use one word?
I'd say like abstract or mixed media. Because I paint with different fabrics, different colors, different like palettes, different types, spray paint, oil, acrylic, oil pastel, acrylic marker, different types of things. So I use mad different stuff. I put pictures of my stuff that I take in, or like notes that I've drawn and written down, prayers when I'm grounding. I'll put those in there. And I'll take notes from like work that I had, like a work list, and I'll put those in. Like I just put mad different stuff in there. Tickets from like games that I went to, anything like that.
Do you put it's like a finishing polish on top, like a protectant?
Oh nah, I don't even.
Why is that?
I mean, some people do put that, and probably at some point I will, but at like me being in a park, it's not very like. It doesn't make it like it would be a lot to take a torch and have resin and then pour it on there because the resin has to sit on top and like dry for like 24 hours.
But isn't there one that you just paint on, like a clear coat?
There might be. I gotta check into that.
But you just care more about the ruggedness of it.
Yeah,
so you don't even think about the protector.
Yeah, like to me it's like
more damage the better.
Nah, yeah. I mean, because to me it's like so. I be painting in the park, right? And I'll be making a piece. And I'm painting a basketball court. So sometimes the ball come flying, hit one of the canvases. And I don't really care because it's like,
More
okay,
art.
I'm gonna paint over it. It might look cool. It might have put a print on there. I don't really mind. Like, to me, it's like it's another element that just added. So it's not a problem. Or a leaf might blow and stuck to the thing, and I don't care. Like, it's just a part of the element. I was outside. I was painting in the park. So, you know, there's leaves on there. There's certain stuff. It's a little dusty. Like, there might be a little different stuff. But, like, it's just like, that's the thing that is just like, it's just the rawness of great stuff being cooked. Like, a lot of people cook some of the best stuff in those moments. Like, you know, when you have the big studio and you have all that stuff, fire. But when you're outside, that's like the journey part of the process of it that builds you so much that you just testing that there's no wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's not all these critics. There's not all these people that know you all around the world. It's not like you just cooking up because you want to cook up. So it's like I'm always keep that attitude about it and never let any of like the criticism, anything like bother me. I'm going to just always enjoy just creating because it's just from my soul. I go wake up every day and do it so it doesn't bother me. Like I just want to spread it across the whole world type of thing.
Absolutely. What is your process when you paint? Is it always music? Is it stuff like that?
So my process is like, on some days, I'll wake up and I just want to draw. And I'll just draw like 15 to 20 drawings back to back to back, which is music. And I just might have just woken up and ate some breakfast and I'll just be drawing.
Drawing is what? It's not to paint over, right?
Nah, sometimes I be drawing, like I'll take like oil pastels and I'll draw like a face. Normally every single time I'm gonna be drawing on something, it's gonna be faces or it's gonna be like a smaller face with a bunch of different words or different things. So there might be like a quote from a Bob Marley song, and then 3.14, which is like pi that I learned in like middle school, and then like something about like the book Think and Grow Rich, and then something about like a war, and then, you know, like a song lyric, and then like something that one of my friends said in a different language, or like just mad stuff all spread out through the whole thing that like you might come in and see the song lyric. Somebody might come in and know Israelian. So like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like that piece could hit people and oh shit, how the fuck this nigga knew what this was? How did, like, you know, so it's just like it just expands across all different, like, you know, horizons of people type of thing. Like it could touch anyone from a kid to someone that's 90.
So it's not always music. You don't even need music.
Oh,
every
music!
time?
Music is a must. I need music
Yeah,
in the
that's
park.
what I mean. Like how did?
Oh
like,
yeah,
what is
okay.
your
So
process?
I always go to the park and then I put the pieces up. I put the pieces up and then I put the music on. I'll sit there.
When you put the pieces up, is it easels or?
Oh no. So there's a gate. There's a gate. So I'll take clips and I'll clip it to the gate because it's loose canvas.
Okay.
If they're canvases, I'll just put them up against the gate on an angle where they're just chilling there. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all up on a gate, and then maybe I have a piece of cardboard, a door, a this, a that, and then another, like, you know, stuff hung up. So I'll put like mad pieces out. I'll sit for a second. Sometimes I might get there. It might be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be 6 o'clock. Sun might be about to set type of thing. And right there is next to the water, so it's beautiful. So I'll watch the sunset, smoke real quick, just chill, and then I'll just tap in. And as soon as I tap in, it's just like, it's just I look at the clock again, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm like, oh shit, and I look back at the pieces, all of them just is filled, and I'm like, all right, bet. And then they shut the park lights off there at 2 o'clock. So I'll take, there was a place I was painting in behind my friend's building that I like got kicked out. This older lady, she was like, oh, why is he painting here, blah, blah, blah. And then these other older ladies were like, I watch him from my window. Like, we love to see him paint. Like, why are you bothering him? But the security even told me, like, yo, we love to see you paint. So they kind of just told me, like, hey, you kind of got to leave because of them. It's just the job. No problem. So I know that they leave at 1 o'clock. So right there on my way back, I pass by right there. So I just go in there because then there's nobody there until 7 a.m. again.
Nice.
So then I just kind of just go there, set back up again in a new spot, and then just start painting again until whatever time I feel like, all right, I'm ready to go to the crib, and then I'll do it again.
So you have to wait for everything to dry, right, before you pack it all up?
Sometimes I don't even. Sometimes I'll just pack it up. Like there's been many times that I just kind of like was in the middle of painting mad pieces, and they all were like wet, and I kind of just had to pack up, and
How does that work? Because you're doing loose canvas.
I had
so
to
it's
literally
like,
fold them over on each other, and sometimes they get stuck where like then
No
I'm ripping them, and
way.
then like, but it'll look cool. It adds to the art. Like there's pieces that are popped up and colors you can see under and all this stuff that like that because it ripped, it just adds this kind of effect. So I don't even mind really. Like it's like, all right, fuck it. Like I kind of just flow with whatever. You could give me a certain color palette and give me mad pieces. You give me a piece of fucking wood, a door, a toilet, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's like I could paint on whatever type of thing. So
however it comes out, it comes out.
yeah, 100%. Nah, for real.
I like that. So what's the main big goal, best case scenario with the art?
To be selling everywhere in the world, to be doing documentaries and my clothing brand, like do a crazy clothing brand. I want to do like crazy clothes. Like I have stuff written up, like drawn in sketchbooks and stuff. So I definitely want to do like a crazy collection with like Dae Law face, like everything. Like, so my big goal is to really just sell all across the world, like really on a large scale, like on a really, really large scale, like just go absolutely crazy where everywhere that you go in the world, you might see a Dae Law mural somewhere. Like I done traveled everywhere with the art, even the places that people don't even go that much. Somewhere on a little stone or a rock, like there's a Dae Law mural somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying? So everywhere in the world, it's like, damn, this guy really went all around the world and was just cooking up everywhere and didn't stop type of thing where I want to do production from music. I want to do like documentaries. I want to creative direct. I want to direct a movie. I want to all of that stuff. Like my brain is just flowing with ideas and creativity every day. Where it's like no matter where I'm placed around, you can put me in a pottery class and I'll come up with some shit. You can put me in if you put something in my hand and you give me I'll just create something. Like, so since my brain is like that, I feel blessed. So I just want to completely like spread it all across the world. And I always meet a lot of people that like are talented, but they don't believe in themselves to the fullest. They don't have that like confidence to actually push. Where it's like I want to be able to blast the door open to give opportunities to people that maybe can't speak up the right way or can't, but they are really talented. And like they'd never get seen if they didn't get a certain opportunity because they wouldn't put themselves out there. I'd like to be able to give that possibly, if I could, to many people to help, you know what I'm saying? To like show people that, you know, it's okay to step outside of your like normal box and like attempt things. And like, you know, you never know where it could go because a lot of people like, they always get like shot down with whatever they're believing in, whether it's like society or their families or friends or whoever, or even their own mind. So it's like, I just want to bring a vibe where it's like people actually feel supported opposed to feeling like they're like have to like prove themselves so much. They just feel supported because like one thing I learned is like someone like me could get amped and have a chip on my shoulder because you want to make me prove myself. And I'm like, oh, word? I bet. And then some people, they could like shatter from that. So like I've been around a lot of people where I'll never shatter you. I just want to see you grow and be better. So it's like I want to be able to open those doors for people that I know are actually talented, and if they got in the right room, they'd excel crazy, you know? So I want to be able to just have relationships everywhere, all over the world. Fucking presidents, this, that, everybody. Rappers, athletes, like chefs, just everyone all around the world. Clothing brands, everyone just create like on a large scale where it's just beautiful. It give back to like people, help people all across the world and like, you know, with the
Definitely.
art and just influence and like the positivity behind it and the message in it with God and everything like that and just spread that all across the world.
Definitely. How'd the name Dae Law come about?
My name is Dae. Like, my name is Damien, but everybody used to call me Dae. So, like, Dae, I always just knew. Like, people either say Dae or yo Dae. So I always knew Dae, and then my last name is Lawler. So one day when I was in the studio and I was with my uncle, we were talking and stuff, and I just had like Day cash, right? Just like, and it was just because I was just doing pieces for like just me testing and just signing it back, fucking around type of thing. So when I like thought about it for real, I ended up thinking one day we were sitting and talking, and it was like Day and Law, and I was like, nah, that's dead fire, and I like drew it out. But the way that I drew it out, I did like it all together. And ever since then, it was just always that. Like every single time I sign a piece now, that's like my signature, like all the time. Like, so ever since then, it just kind of just grew because me and my uncle were just talking that day, and it just kind of happened where we were just chopping it, and it was like, oh shit, yeah, that's fire.
Nice. What would you say about an artist that paints the exact same thing forever? Let's say it's like 10 years and it's the same exact image. Is that even a thing? You ever seen that?
I mean, to me, it's like, all right, so there's a lot of artists who paint stuff that's already out. Like if you paint a Mickey Mouse, there's probably 1 million people that painted Mickey Mouses or drew a Mickey Mouse in some type of form, shape, or way. Like if you paint anything at all, like anything from any of those characters or anything that's already out, it's like that's like just cooking up something that like is already seen. I think it's a different thing when you cook up something from scratch.
Well, what if they're creating something from scratch, but it's like it's a character they created. Let's say it's not a known character in the whole world,
I mean,
but they just keep
fire.
creating the same exact thing though.
I mean, yeah, that's fire. I mean, then you found your niche. Like if you found your niche and people fuck with it, then why would you fix something that's not broken? It's like you could just keep cooking. But to me, I don't like it's all respect to everyone that cooks like that. I don't have no problem with it. But to me, I never like that because it's not one-on-one. So I like for everything that I do to just be one-on-one. It's not going to be like you're going to see it everywhere. No, it's just that one-on-one piece. That's it. There's not going to be like a print of it. There's not going to be, it's just one-on-one type of thing where like the person that collects that is going to really feel special and really appreciated because there's not 15 other of them. It's only one. Where it comes with a personal message on the back to you. Like everyone in the back, I literally write a personal message. Like a personal message, whether it was like someone I knew that bought a piece, an NBA player, a rapper, a singer, anybody at all, I was always writing a personal message like, what's my favorite song? Or, you know, if it was an NBA player, like, hey, I seen you do this move and I appreciated this moment and da-da-da. Like all personal stuff to them that when you really read that, it's like, damn, this person really was tapped in with me. So I appreciate this art even more.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. We're nearing the end of the podcast. Okay. If you could please let the people know where they could find you, anything you have coming up that you want them to tune into, and any last words. My
name is Dae Law. You can find me on Instagram at Dae Law Art, DaeLawart. I'm also a photographer too. My Instagram for photography is Dae Photography _. And I also wanted to say I appreciate you inviting me on this podcast.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you bringing me on the podcast, having questions for me, and appreciating my process and any of the art I do. This is a very beautiful space. It's very nice in here, and you went crazy yourself, so I want to give you your flowers back. And you already did 146 episodes, which is crazy. That's crazy. You already moving. Like, that's a lot of episodes for real. Like, people be having, like, 5, 6 episodes talking about, I got a podcast. You almost got 200 clip. Like, that's some shit. So that's beautiful as well. I don't know if anyone's telling you congratulations, but congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Keep going, and I pray that this space grows. I pray that, you keep prospering with the podcast and you spread the positive message and keep talking about everything. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
And thank you for bringing me on here. I love to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it. Thank you very much for your time and opening it up and telling us your story.
Absolutely.
Please, everyone, like, subscribe, do all those good things.
Definitely.
It means a lot to me. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Peace and love.
God bless. You know the vibes. We here forever. And I pray to come back on here one day. Thank you very much again for inviting me on here. Everybody go tune the fuck in to Franjez Podcast. You heard, talk about it over here. We here with him live. It's blessed. It's good energy. And the address is 555. So angel numbers.